Good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Listen, today I want to talk about waiting on God. Woo, let me say this to you. There is nothing that is more frustrating, more hard, it anxiety. It's the worst. But the blessing is so great. Many years ago and in my life, I've had seasons where I had to wait on God. And, I would pray, tithe, fast, uh, nothing happened. I would seek counsel from family, from friends, nothing happened. I had people who would have a season similar to mine come in and go out. I'm still stuck. Whether it was a season in my relationships, in my finance, in my body, in my mind. It was a season. And it seemed like it would not end. If anything, it got worse. I had two choices, and I made two choices. One was I would trust God, and the other one I was going to trust the world. Now, when I trusted the world, it seems like I got a reprieve, but it didn't last long. So then when I just said, you know what? That's just it. I'm going to find peace in my situation. Let's talk about in the Bible where we see Joseph in the Bible. Here was a situation where, here's a man who is falsely accused of a crime that he did not do, touching Potiphar's wife. He went to prison for a lie. While in prison, he meets someone, a cupbearer, and he says, and he interprets a dream, and the cupbearer gets out and he says, man, I ain't gonna forget about you. I'm gonna come back. As soon as he get out, he done forgot about you. How many times has that happened to you? You've trusted somebody to get you out of a situation that you ain't even need to be in. You in a situation because of somebody else. Not because of what you did, but because of somebody else. And you can't get out and nobody will listen. And you find yourself struggling in this time. And you don't know what to do. But let me tell you about what he did. He trusted God. He didn't turn his back on him. He learned how to make $1 out of 15 cents. He learned humility and he learned patience. And those are things that you have to have going into your ooh-wee season. Let me tell you about your ooh-wee season. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's called ooh-wee. It's when you find peace in your setback, when you find peace in the relationship is gone, when you find peace in your financial turbulent situation, when you find peace in whatever despair you in. Well, I've accepted I got a bad diagnosis for my body. I've accepted that I don't have no money. I've accepted that my husband or wife is gone. I've accepted. And the minute you accept it, because you done gone to mama, to grandmama, nobody can help you. And you learn the people in that season, before your ooh-wee season, who done turn their back on you. But when that ooh-wee season come, who? All of the things that you needed, how people treated you, you know how that's gonna go. Being able to be financially responsible, making $1 out of 15 cents, knowing how to be patient, trust the Lord. Those are things that you're going to need in your ooh-wee season. Because let me tell you about that ooh-wee season. When it comes, you ain't going to be able to say nothing but God did it. See, had Joseph gotten out of jail, prison, guess what he was going to say? Well, my God did that for me. He wasn't going to say God. And that's why you in a situation, because you trust in your mama, you trust in your husband, you trust in your brother, you trust in your sister, you trust in everybody else to rescue you, but you ain't trusting God. And when you get to that place where you are at peace in whatever it is, that's when you're going to have that ooh-wee season. I'm gonna tell you about that ooh wee season. When you ask for 10,000, God gonna give you 100,000. When you go to check your mail, you gonna have unknown checks coming from places that you had even forgot about. It's gonna overtake you. But see, if you wasn't ready for that ooh wee season, that blessing would be a curse because you wouldn't know what to do with your prosperity. You wouldn't know what to do with it. But the process is making you stable, making you understand what it is to have lack, making you understand what it is to not have the things that you need, so that when you get into your ooh wee season, you'll know what to do with it then. You understand? It's a process. God is perfecting you, and he's perfecting you in your trial for your ooh wee season. Your ooh wee season is on its way. God hear you. He ain't turned his back on you. And he knows the desires of your heart. But wait a minute, sister. Wait a minute, brother. He got some desires that's greater than what you already asking for. He said, you know, I'm not giving that to her. That's too little. I'm gonna bless her abundantly. I'm gonna bless him abundantly. No, no, what you want, that ain't enough. What? How dare you ask me for that? That ain't enough, because in your ooh wee season, I'm gonna overtake you. I'm gonna give you things that you never thought. I'm gonna give you a favor with people who speak in your name in rooms you ain't even in. I'm gonna give you favor with them, and you don't even see it. But that's what's gonna happen in your ooh wee season. It's going to make you frightened, but you can't be frightened because it's going to overtake you. Eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. But remember what you learned in your season of lack. Who was there for you? Who turned their back on you? How to be able to make $1 out of 15 cents. How to wait patiently on God and how to trust him. You're going to need them tools in your ooh wee season, because what did I say? If you forget about them, let me tell you what's going to happen. Your ooh wee season going to be a curse. And listen, you done been down too long to be cursed. You blessed. And you got to remember them tools. So as you going through your season, remember this. Your ooh wee season, it's on its way. And when you get it, you gonna be overtaken. Listen, this is Vonda Evans, and I know that this has blessed somebody. I know, because I know it. I feel it. And God bless you. And waiting for that ooh wee season.